This is the table-eating madness that is Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. You know this, you've seen this before, this is nothing new. This is the 3rd or 4th video I've done about this game, Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. However, we're taking a look at the newest small box expansion. You'll notice Streets of Arkham is a bigger expansion. Small box expansion, Sanctum of Twilight, dealing with the Silver Twilight Lodge. 2 missions come with this, 2 of the same monsters, and 2 new heroes. We've got Lily Chen, Charlie Kane. Politician, martial artist. Very cool characters, very cool tiles come in this one, very cool missions. Let's take a look right now at all the new stuff up close. We'll finish up, tell you what we think about this and if you need to get it or not. So I wanted to actually show you some of the new tiles and things in play. Now this is the one that I'm really excited about, the parade float. Now this is just a great tile that goes along with the mission, but this is one of the ones that's not in play right now. But you've got these great ceremony room, it says, ceremony room, and on the other side you've got the pharmacy. So, you know, could be some normal Streets of Arkham type stuff, or could be the ceremony of the Silver Twilight. You've got a prison cell that you start in that mission. That's not a spoiler at all, considering that's where you start. Really cool tiles. I mean, there's not a whole lot of tiles, but they're neat. They have to do with the Silver Twilight. I'll see if I can zoom in over there and you can see that one. See that kind of ceremonial room here where it's got the Silver Twilight and then a podium and some pews, kind of like a weird church lodge sort of deal. You've also got some new characters. Let's take a look at Lily Chen and Charlie Kane. So right here, while you're attacking unarmed, if a monster would suffer 1 or more damage, it suffers 2 additional damage. That is fantastic. Plus, she's got some good fighting skills, although, as you know, it gets frustrating in Mansions sometimes. But the last couple times Carla attacked, it would go based on her observation because you watch the enemy or attack you or something like that. Then you get her story on the back here. Obviously, you can take a look at that. Over here, we've got you've got Charlie Kane is the other character, and I'll show you these sculpts in just a second. Charlie Kane's a 5'9". While within range of a person, you may convert a single result to a success. Activate this ability only once per test. Now it's nice because you can do it every single turn, every single time, but you can only do it once per test, so that's pretty cool. His stats are okay, but with that power, it's pretty good. Story so far right there on the back as well. Now, their sculpts are pretty nice, good, portly Charlie Kane there. Looks good. He's got a cigar and everything like that. I feel like they're doing a really good job on these 2nd edition sculpts. You notice the base is attached, unlike the 1st edition ones. They're doing a really good job with these, just getting them nice and cartoony in the sense to match this art, but not like cartoony in a silly way, but like it doesn't look photorealistic. Like it's not Kingdom Death Monster or something like that on purpose. And I think that looks really cool. I'm trying to find Lily Chen to show you. Oh yeah. Her miniature is really great over here. She's going to paint up nice. And just to show you kind of how some of these guys can paint up, you can do some really cool things. Here's Finn. Took the time to paint him up, added some broken glass down there. He does some, he's got some really nice look to him here. And then a couple things I wanted to show you real quick in the middle of this. When it comes to basing the figures, you just kind of find something that would match the style. Like this is, oh gosh, I think it's Roland Banks. I can't think of his name right now. But he's a police officer. So what I did was add a little bit of a spotlight as if he's standing just on the edge of a spotlight on his base. So just a little bit of yellow paint and a little bit of white paint just kind of smudged in, spackled with your brush or whatever you want to call it. And you can get some nice base effects. But these figures paint up really well in 2nd edition. So take the time, paint them if you can. Let me see if I can get this focus to work. I apologize. Take the time, paint them if you want to. Otherwise, you don't have to. The sculpts are great by themselves, but they do paint up really nicely, and you can do some really cool effects if you just want to get creative with the bases and things like that. A couple of other spells and things that come with it. You get the binding spell, which I really like. Action, place a restraint in the space within range, then flip this card. Restraint allows you to stop a monster from moving. It's very nice to actually be able to control that for once. The other one is Spectral Razor. The energy you channel lashes out with deadly precision. It's just a nice little spell. I don't really even want to read the backs yet though, because slight spoilers there. But a couple new spells, couple new of all types of cards, regular items, unique items, characters, everything. So just a solid expansion all the way around. So that's it. That's all it comes with. Again, it's a small box expansion, so you're mostly getting it for the 2 new missions and the extra tiles. This one's got some cool mechanics, right? Like that float that moves down the map. That's a really cool deal. I like Charlie Kane. I like Lily Chin. I have a really hard time saying the word Lily. It's something about my tongue. Anyway, she's one of the best characters I've seen just because of that whole attacking unarmed, and most of the time when you start the game you're attacking unarmed, so if she's the first one to fight, she's really stinking good. He's got a cool power where if you got someone in range you can then re-roll your dice, so it's good to have that kind of mitigation of luck sometimes. The tiles are nice, those were pretty. The cards, I like the new spells, I like the new restraint idea. Monsters, give or take, they're kind of cool. They have a kind of cool sculpt, but really it's all about the fact that it's about the Sanctuary, the Silver Twilight Lodge. And if you're a huge fan of the Cthulhu mythos lore, I don't know if actually Lovecraft himself wrote much about this, but I know that the mythos has been huge about this, especially with games like Call of Cthulhu, which clearly is where the spiritual ancestry of this game comes from anyway. You know that if you've heard me talk before. But that is this expansion. So should you get it or not? Can you pass on this one? Well, no, not really, honestly, because if you like Mansions of Madness, sure, it gets a little repetitive in the sense that you're doing the same kind of things over and over, but it's just fun. It's an exciting game. This mission, one of the 2 missions, this one really kind of feels like an escape room in a sense. It's got a couple mechanics that I like, some different things where I don't want to spoil it, what you can do or what you can't do, but it's got some neat concepts that I really like, as well as just adding to the game. So more the merrier when it comes to Mansions of Madness. So if you like the game, then yeah, you need to pick it up for the tiles, for the characters, for the monsters, all that sort of stuff, as well as the spells and things like that. It's just great to have all that kind of content to add to your game, because the game just does such a good job of throwing it out there at you. Mansions of Madness is one of my top 5 games of all time, and so having anything new with it is great. It's always going to be a yes for me, but especially when you get great characters like Lily Chin and Charlie Kane. Let's talk diversity. If you like that, if that's one of your main things when buying games, and it's a fair topic. We talk about it a lot. This game does a really good job of just kind of getting a lot of different ethnicities out there, a lot of different groups of people out there, and so it's kind of cool to see all that just all that put into a game carefully, and I like it. I think they do a good job with that. So Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. This is the Sanctum of Twilight. Go get it, go check it out. Till next time, I'm Bryan Drake with the latest retro here on the Dice Tower.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.